so far, I mean, I'm very, very happy with what's happened. We will have some teams that go all male and stay all male, and that's fine. That's a choice to make. Obviously, we have incentivised a mixed team, and Charles in particular, you can see with Dongfeng, he's just embraced it. I don't think he necessarily agreed with it to begin with, but he's embraced it and probably using it to his advantage by being up and running early and taking on two great Olympic, and in Carolyn's case, Volvo Ocean Race sailors. And as you can see, and as he said, they're just part of the team. I mean, and that's the objective. We shouldn't have to force it, but the reality is the pool of talent is thinner, and this race will help to correct that in some way, and hopefully also inspire new female sailors, into a professional offshore career. Carolyn and Marie are going to learn from the guys on board that Stu Ballantyne with 7 Volvo Ocean Races under his belt. That never happens in an all-female team, and you learn on the water during the race, so you can have all the guys you like on land. So I think all those things together, it's going to help take the game on, but it will take time, it will take step by step. It's not all going to go right. I'm sure we're going to have some issues or things that go wrong, or some one-liners that don't perhaps fit the kind of perfect diversity agenda. But that's life. Change comes through sometimes a bit of a push, a pull, and it's not always a perfectly straight line. But very happy with how it's gone so far, and Axel Nobel announced their team yesterday with a very top Dutch female Olympic sailor involved. That's a very good. That's another good step there. I know that Vestas 11th Hour are also trialling various Danish female sailors, I think. So that's going to be a good element of it. Let's see how it pans out, but very happy with progress so far. We've completely refitted the boats ourselves in the boatyard at Lisbon. I mean, we put the boat into ready to race mode. I mean, not ready to sail, but ready to race mode on the water, ready to go for the team. So there are actually only really 2 teams that have been fully, in fact, 1 team, Dongfeng, that really is kind of up and running full-time sailing. So I think it's very possible for a team to be up and running in July with 1 or 2 sailors that have done the race before, so bringing the experience from the past race and the understanding of the boat, with a hungry team that starts, yes, a few weeks later than the others, that can go win legs and be fully competitive. I mean, we saw in the last race that the one design really equalises it, and it is about how you make that team work. Yes, I suppose being early is always an advantage. It costs more money, and therefore that's part of the game. What we've done, though, I think, is shrink the difference in potential between those that start early with more money and those that come a bit later with less. The race hasn't had more than 6 and occasionally 7 teams, 5, 6 or 7 for 20 years. My ambition is to have all 8 boats on the start line. I have to see how we pull the 8th team together, maybe very late and a bit different as a team. But if we achieve that, obviously that would be the first time since the 90s that there were 8 boats on the start line. But we have 4 amazing teams already. 5 and 6 will bring, for sure, some real competitive extra competition, and 7, 8 is going to be a bit of a last minute and perhaps different kind of team makeup. Let's see, and youth almost certainly, and some hungry young Olympic sailors that I have an inbox full of emails from that are desperate to do the race. So that's our opportunity with the last team, is potentially to do something a bit different. On the boat side, we have a difficult decision we had to make between multi-hull and monohull. Actually, we're going to do both, and we're going to use a 60-foot Volvo Ocean Race custom designed 60-foot monohull for the offshore legs, and we are going to use to be decided, out for tender as of now, 32 to 50 foot, let's say, flying catamaran, trying to in a one design mode. So step back from perhaps the ultimate that's going on in America's Cup, but using a lot of the technological developments that are happening there and elsewhere in the sport to create the right tool for an inshore boat. So we're going to push sailing teams and sailors harder than even they're pushed today. I mean, to win the Volvo Ocean Race will be tougher than ever, because you will have to master, yes, the core part, the bit that will score majority of the points, the offshore legs, but you will also need to master flying a catamaran inshore. Right tool for the right job, fundamentally the same crew. Perhaps there'll be one person allowed to come in some way on the inshore bit, but it will be fundamentally the same crew, same sailors. Can push them very hard. It's going to get tougher than ever to win this race. You need to be a master and all-round sailor in the 2 areas of extraordinary development, pace of development in the sport. So it's going to be a full-on monohull, full-on multi-hull, and a bunch of full-on sailors that need to master both those disciplines to win in the future.